Hey, Miss Young, it's Adam, Imar Construction, up here on your roof. It is January 13th, 2026. It's 51 degrees. State Farm said you need some repairs, so we are going to repair this damaged shingle right here. And to do that, I need to unseal the two rows above it to be able to get to the nails and remove the nails so that we can re-nail in the new shingle. So we always do this as a customary procedure to show you the process, how it looks, and then that way we can discuss moving forward. And so I'm going to go ahead and get started with unsealing the shingle.
We're going to use State Farm's recommended roof snake tool. Adam's going to be as diligent as he can in unsealing these shingles. What we're looking for when we unseal these shingles is any kind of like tearing, any material transfer, anything that can kind of cause further damage to anything else around. But once again, we're going to try and be as diligent as possible so that we can get these unsealed so that we can remove the nails.
I should take that before picture. This one. Okay. All right. So that was already through.
We got some nails that go through the shingles. It's going to make it difficult to get those out properly without having to manipulate around other shingles. Just lifting the shingles just high enough to be able to see where that nail is in order to properly remove it. So the problem with nails coming through the holes is now it's created a larger hole than we can nail back into the shingles later on. So we're going to have to create new nail holes. Next row up. Look underneath here. Yeah, there you go. We're also working with the fact that this roof is, I believe, to be somewhere between 17 and 20 years old. Makes things just a little bit more difficult to try and be diligent without causing any stresses or creases or, you know, significant tears on the other side. And then just the next one over, coming towards me. Those nails are pulling through all three layers of shingles, which is going to make it extremely difficult to try and nail them correctly. As you can see on that old shingle, these big nail holes now where they pulled completely through. That's going to make it really difficult for us to properly put a new one back in. If we look here where we've removed the old shingle as well, see that old shingle? You can actually already see spots where we have some material transfer all along throughout here, and that transfer is actually supposed to be the sealant. It's supposed to allow this to seal properly to the next shingle.
Looks like there's some creasing too.
Yeah, we're starting to get some granule loss, some slight creasing, but we're going to continue on, put this new shingle in, see exactly how this looks when we're done.
Tamco Elite Weatherwood. It's sitting well. Nails go in there. Another nail. Now it should go in.
There we go. Nice and lined up. As he's hammering this down, the first thing I'm noticing is we're losing a significant amount of granules, and this shingle is starting to crease really, really badly and just losing a ton of granules trying to do this repair. You can just see the granules coming off of the roof each time we're hammering down.
Why doesn't that go in? See, that went right through the hole though.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah. We're getting some abrasions on the bottom of these shingles too. That's just, unfortunately, putting the nails back where they're supposed to go. These shingles are older. We're getting some more creasing throughout each shingle. I know almost at this point, every single shingle we're touching around the affected shingle is becoming creased and further damaged. We're going to finish up this repair. I'll take some photos, but I don't feel comfortable doing proper repairs all throughout your roof on both sides where we have multiple shingles everywhere, where I'm just going to continue to create more damage. And this is just going to create a cascade of events. We started up high for a reason. We didn't want to do any of the ones lower, because then we would just be continuously working our way back up all the way to the top, doing 1 shingle to 3 shingles, 3 shingles to 9 shingles, and so on and so forth. But I mean, we've got creasing here, significant granule loss. We've had material transfer, nail holes coming all the way through, and abrasions at the bottom of the shingles. So none of this is screaming that this is going to be a successful repair. We're going to send this video to you. We'll kind of go through further options of what needs to be done.
Look at the granules coming off.
And it's going to just create, I mean, at that point it's going to even start to create a slip hazard up here. I mean, I can just tap these and you could see we're just losing granules, and that's just me tapping on the roof. I'm not banging on the roof with a hammer at that point. I'd still need to hand seal these, and then, you know, just make sure I brush off any of the excess granules hanging up on top, which I'm going to do, and I'm going to take photos of to show you exactly what it's going to look like after a full repair. We'll send this email out to you and we'll go on further. The last thing I would like to actually notate is, even though we're using this Tanco shingle that they said was, you know, supposed to be similar in a match, you could see the night and day difference of that shingle versus your shingle, and it's going to be easily seen from the ground. And if I'm putting, you know, 5, 10, 20 shingles up all along your roof, you know, Maryland's not a matching state, but it's definitely a reasonable appearance, and I'll leave it up to you to see, does that look like a reasonable appearance to you. So thank you, and we'll talk soon.